and gentlemen, hello and welcome to our English news edition coming to you from Canal Algérie. I'm your host, Baïsa Doumaz, to the headlines. 1,855 cases of coronavirus in Algeria, and drastic measures are being taken by the health and public authorities to curb the pandemic. An ad hoc interministerial commission is inspecting the Algerian International School in France to assess the situation and determine the necessary measures to be taken for a better performance. And eyes are riveted on the Cameroonian city of Douala due to host the 2022 World Cup qualifiers final draw, marked by the presence of the Algerian national football team in Level 1. Those were today's headlines. We start our news edition with COVID-19 updates. 1,855 new confirmed cases of coronavirus, 769 recovered, and 15 deaths were recorded in the last 24 hours in Algeria, according to a communique by the Health Ministry, which keeps recommending vaccination as the only way to curb this pandemic once and for all. Awareness campaigns remain the best means to convince the people to get vaccinated. In Ain Timouchent province, doctors are reassuring the people who already got vaccinated. They are also trying to convince the hesitating people with rational and scientific arguments. Story by Manal Maafa.
More visible among the citizens of Ain Timouchent province in western Algeria. The different preventive measures are respected, including the wearing of face masks. Whenever the topic of anti-COVID vaccine is brought up, people always think that there are secondary effects post-vaccination. As a doctor myself, I would like to say vaccination is part of the preventive measures. We have noted that 90% of the hospitalized patients haven't got their vaccine. That is why I urge the inhabitants of Ain Timouchent to get jabbed in the different vaccination centers located across the province. In Ain Timouchent province, the Omicron variant keeps on spreading, and the citizens who are aware of the dangers of COVID and its variants are also calling on everyone to get vaccinated, as it remains the only means for protection and avoid extreme cases which lead to hospital admission. We thought that there is no risk in gathering together without respecting the preventive measures, but due to all what is happening now, we have to be careful and get vaccinated. People are dying due to the spread of the virus. It is really dangerous. We must be inoculated to protect ourselves and those around us. The medical staff working at the 38 vaccination centers existing in Ain Timouchent province are mobilized around the clock to vaccinate the inhabitants.
The pediatric ward of Mustafa Basha Hospital here in Algiers is packed with children who tested positive for COVID, but luckily no serious cases have been recorded yet. The parents accompanying them, on the other hand, are very concerned. More details with Manal Maafa.
The pediatric department of Mustafa Basha University Hospital here in Algiers is continuously receiving patients with COVID, accompanied by their parents. The children have symptoms less common among adults. I have stomach and headaches, and sometimes I feel like I have no energy at all. During my last day of school, I felt muscular pain. Coughing and fever are the first symptoms that I got. She got tested positive. She suffers from throat pain and fatigue, and sometimes fever. Children get mild symptoms comparing to adults, but with the continuous spread of the Omicron variant, children get affected easily due to the fact that they haven't got vaccinated yet. When it comes to the Omicron strain, the ones who have it, whether an adult or not, get mild symptoms. Here in Mustafa Basha, we receive daily more than 20 children, and the ones with non-serious symptoms can go back home. According to psychologists, the children's psychological state is worrisome, and us, as pediatricians, we have noticed it. The kids are fragile. The current health situation and the increase of COVID cases need a strict compliance with the health protocol, and the mandatory respect of the preventive measures remains a must.
Due to the unprecedented of coronavirus cases, the supermarket agents have been mobilized to ensure compliance with preventive measures. More details in our report by Rania Al-Bahri.
These agents have been mobilized since this morning. Their mission is to ensure compliance with the health protocol in the supermarket. Yes, we are here to ensure the compliance with the health protocol. We are really afraid for our customers. At the entrance, we have thermometer to control the temperature. You know that the state has installed an important health protocol that everyone must respect: the wearing of face masks and the use of alcoholic gel, checking the temperature at the entrance and social distancing. These supermarkets remain a good destination for many consumers. For a simple reason, barrier gestures are often respected. I'm a citizen. It's really reassuring to see all these security measures. So when we see that, we are confident. We come to such a place for shopping, that's it. We accompanied these agents to this clothing store where we observed respect for social distancing and barrier measures. First of all, wearing a mask is mandatory. Secondly, if the number of customers is high, we ask them to wait outside. The alcoholic gel is available. The prevention agents keep supervising customers in order to prevent the spread of COVID-19 pandemic.
The respect of barrier measures is mandatory in all public places. In mosques, the imams or preachers called on people during Friday prayers to be more vigilant to cope with the difficult ongoing situation. The details with Rania Al-Bahri.
The health protocol is strictly respected in mosques, whether in terms of wearing a mask or using the alcoholic gel. The mosque attendants flock to the mosque one by one. Agents of l'Interpel Association were there to raise awareness. We have been working at the mosque level for 2 years to encourage believers to respect the health protocol, and sometimes our task is difficult because some people do not abide by barrier measures seriously, hence I'm here every day. I will say that the health protocol is not respected 100%. There is a class of worshippers who do not respect the barrier measures. In any case, I remind everyone that these gestures must be respected for the good of all. Important barrier measures that worshippers try to adopt as much as possible. I think that this protocol is respected, whether it's wearing a mask or using a gel and even physical distancing. Respecting the health protocol is very important. Sometimes we notice that some no longer respect it. That's why we have to remind them. The authorities keep calling on citizens to be very careful in respecting the barrier measures to avoid the spread of COVID-19, especially with the highly contagious Omicron strain.
The Algerian ambassador to France, Mohamed Antar Daoud, noted during a meeting all the contradictions that the Algerian International School in France is facing. The Interministerial Commission, already on the spot, aims to solve the structural and legal problems at this institution. The details with Manal Ammari.
In his speech, the Algerian ambassador to France made observation to all the staff of the Algerian International School and listed the anomalies reported by the ad hoc group responsible for recording the difficulties hindering the good functioning of the school.
Teachers are facing several difficulties, particularly the difference in salaries. I believe that teachers with equal diplomas, equal training and equal experience must have an equal income as well.
Among the solutions that were suggested during this meeting is the adoption of a salary grid for all the staff, based on the salaries applied in the national education sector in France, and the generalization of permanent contracts. The contracts are based on French approval because they are applicable to their territory. The relationship between Algeria and France is based on educational competition. This approach intended to be fair, although it is not unanimous among the teachers due to the anarchy that reigned within this institution. However, the ambassador Antar Dawood and the members of the International Commission insisted on not repairing one injustice by another. This method is for the benefit of students, teachers, and all the staff. We are only interested in solving this problem through this committee. The Algerian International School is getting reassigned to premises that were confiscated in the past, namely the private mansion in Rue des Eaux in the 16th district in Paris. This relocation is part of a global approach which will allow Algerian public institutions and companies to benefit from headquarters in France. The former headquarters of the Algerian consulate in the 16th district will house Air Algérie. An apartment in the 8th district will be used as the headquarters of the Algerian state television, while the Great Mosque of Paris will benefit from 2 former consulate seats in the cities of Nanterre and Vitry.
During its last meeting, the Peace and Security Council of the African Union welcomed Algeria's proposal to accompany Mali and the Economic Community of Western African States in its peaceful settlement of mutual understanding and called on the transitional authorities to ensure the necessary conditions to assume the constitutional order in Mali. The Council also stressed the need for all Malian partners to engage in dialogue and to continue working together within the framework of the 2015 Peace and National Reconciliation Agreement stemming from the Algiers Agreement. In international news, the representative of the Polisario Front in Europe and the European Union, Abi Bouchraya Bashir, once again warned the Security Council against its current policy towards the Western Saharan Affair, which will push the UN's envoy for Western Sahara to give up. The Moroccan occupation, which keeps lying, sustained a new setback at the international level, according to the spokesman of the Secretary General of the United Nations, Stefan Dujarric. The World Cup Qatar 2022 African qualifiers final play draw will be conducted on Saturday in the Cameroonian city of Douala. The 10 qualified teams are divided into 2 levels based on the official FIFA ranking published in November 2021. The 5 highest ranked teams will play against the 5 least ranked teams. The first leg will be played at the home of the lower ranked teams. It is worth recalling that the Algerian national team is on level 1 alongside with Senegal, Morocco, Tunisia and Nigeria. 15 tourism agencies discovered the region of Ain Saleh and all the tourist attractions it has to offer to include them in the upcoming tours. Details with Manal Ammari.
After hours of exploring the region of Ain Saleh, no less than 15 tourist agencies took a short break to admire the hidden wonders of this region. This exploration getaway is intended to upgrade tourism in this region. We have also received a group from Algiers. Sand dunes as far as the eye can see, mountains and volcanic rocks, as well as beautiful oases. This tour is an opportunity to discover and appreciate this region's cultural and historical heritage. I am amazed by all the tourist potential. I did not expect to find volcanic remains of this magnitude. I am hoping that more travel agencies will visit and promote this destination. This is my first time visiting this region. It is a wonderful discovery with many unexpected hidden treasures, from petroglyphs to beautiful nature. This tour will make it possible to promote new tourist destinations and could lead to the signing of an agreement with local tourism partners to develop tourism in Ain Saleh.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was it for our news edition. Thanks for tuning in to our program. Good night.